position Viper. Something like they said, it's been played a bit in the past. I think it's something that's actually underused. I think it's actually something that's pretty good. I've seen a couple people doing it in their pubs, like just these, you know, hero spammers and stuff like that, just these non-stop mangos, and it applies a lot of pressure. So that's the most interesting thing, I guess, for me in this game. Besides like these little, you know, we have Phoenix versus Snapfire again, so we have that interaction always going to be happening inside of the game.
Yeah, I mean, and Viper, you know, it is going to be that great hero with the break against the Spectre. But yeah, just interesting to see how much he's going to be able to do with it from that support position. Just managed to get the early ward down in the lane.
So they're actually doing the Viper as the 4, it looks like, though. I actually would have I think I would have preferred...
Viper, yeah.
I know, I'm saying I would have preferred it as a 5, not the 4.
Oh,
and having the snap as the 4.
And having the snap, yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm wondering what the... I guess both sides do give decent kill threat. On the lane, I just feel like a Viper would be more annoying for the Void Spirit Rubik than a Snapfire is. I feel like this is a little bit weaker in the lane, where I would like the Jug to have his strongest kind of combo together. Either way, should be pretty solid anyway versus that Void Spirit. 33 is going to have to play pretty defensively with his Dissimulate.
Oh, interesting to see if this does indeed work out for Cyber Legacy. These sort of setups. The mid lane matchup is going to have Boromir on his Wind Ranger against the Magical Tiny. And in this one, I mean, I imagine we should see Magical... I mean, it depends, right? I mean, who do you sort of favour in this matchup? Is Wind Ranger able to do enough being arranged, or is it too hard to contest with the hard hits of sort of Tiny's right click?
The Wind Ranger ends up harassing a little bit more, so Tiny has to spend more money on regen, but Tiny's able to get like pretty even, if not a little bit more like denies and stuff like that. I'd say it's kind of even. Maybe Wind Ranger comes out slightly ahead, depending on harassment.
And then so in terms of sort of kill threat in the lane, what you would sort of say this top lane from Dire has quite a bit if they are able to catch the Rubik, but these two heroes.
Yep, they should have a pretty good amount of kill threat. Not saying that the Rubik Void Spirit lane is very weak either. That's the thing, is that Void Spirit is kind of tanky, and they will always be able to harass Juggernaut, who is he's this weird laner. He's not really that strong, but he just poses kill threat sometimes. The Rubik can die. The Void Spirit, I'd say I wouldn't expect 33 to go down up here.
Sure. And in terms of sort of comparisons between the two safe laners, I mean, who is going to have the harder time? Skeeter down on the bottom lane, Spectre, or Kuman up top on the Jug?
I would be Skeeter, yeah. He did prepare for it though. He did start with double ring of regen, so he's prepared for all this harassment, so he's gonna be able to tank through it anyway. But it is a strong lane, this Beastmaster Viper. Once they get like their level 3, this level 3 really kicks off the lane. Level 2 Boar plus level 2 Poison attack. That's where Fada has to actually be a little bit more careful, because Phoenix is not the strongest 5 position.
I almost feel bad idea.
Now we'll see sort of how much space he can secure for the Spectre. And see for the builds, here to go for that Blade Melt, which pretty much been the commonplace build up now for Spectres. Now, even regardless of what you do want to go after, if you do want to try and go for the big item, the Blade Melt into the Radiance, or if you feel that there isn't going to be space and time to do so this game. I mean, in terms of the progression for the two carries, is there a certain timing that one team is going to be a lot stronger playing towards?
I mean, Cyber Legacy better kick that, you know, better like be the ones really being the aggressors in this game. Because I look at their draft, you know, you have Jug, a Beastmaster, Tiny Cores. You want to be super active in this mid game. You do not want this to slow down. So I would hope that would be Cyber Legacy with the way that they've drafted, because it's literally all mid game. Every single one of their heroes is just like this mid game dominator. Not crazy team fight coming into play, though.
No, not really at all. I mean, I guess for Mudgolems, they do have the Supernova and the Haunt, and they do have 3 heroes around that have disables, right? You've got the Shackle, the Remnant, the Lift, so a lot of good ways to really control the fight underneath the egg if they can get a good placement from Fata.
Meal on top. This is the cookie. Are they going to be able to find him? Should be able
with that Blade Fury damage, or maybe not. A little bit of a block there from 33 isn't enough, as Cyber Legacy are still able to make their way around the Void Spirit and finish off Milan.
Very nicely done. Whenever you're able to actually get kills in a Jug lane, that's when it's like, okay, this is a pretty decent Jug lane. If you're not getting kills, I feel like whenever I see just like static Jug lanes, it's like, this is a terrible Jug lane. So that's always a good sign. Milan goes mid to Philip, burning his bottle too, so it's just going to be 33 left alone. So Kuman, going to be very happy this series at least, or this first game of the series.
Yeah, excellent start for him.
Magical.
Lane.
3 heroes
at the
on
same
him.
time mid, yeah, they just get the toss back, get them down back into the river, and nothing else really to throw out at Magical, so Magical will be fine. Still got a bit of regen on him as well, a couple of tangos and a fairy fire. And of course, around this 5 minutes, we expect to see him back up and try and get that rune from his own half of the map in the triangle.
Yeah, pretty much dead even actually in mid lane, so.
Yeah, and imagine both of these heroes as well are going to be sort of played similarly, right, in the sense that they're going to be killers.
Yes.
Yeah, first item, these heroes, they're going to be making the rotations. Who do you think sort of got the easier targets? Who's going to be able to have that bigger sort of a game when it does come to the mid-game movements?
I mean, Tiny has much easier targets to straight up go for. The Wind Ranger he's versus something like a Jug, so it's always going to be a little bit harder, but he's off to a good start, so. Power Shot still does have its merits. It's very strong early on. But I'd imagine that Mudgolems are going to be a little bit more on the, they're much more on the passive side this game. Just they don't really want to be the ones forcing the issue. They want to be the ones kind of responding.
For sure, yeah. If they're able to sort of just sit back and at least, not sort of get held up in the base, allow Skeeter to push out and find farmers this Spectre. It's going to be big. I mean, in late game, they do still have that break. Like that break from the Viper's always going to be an issue for Skeeter. But you would imagine if it does go late, he's going to have items against that. He's going to be able to get out of it. Maybe he goes the route of the BKB later on if he feels it's too hard to deal with.
The thing is too that it's not the same as it was in the past. Of course, this was a change that happened a long time ago, but it's got a pretty long cooldown, and it is a support this time. So if he just dies. If he just gets popped in the beginning of the fight, there is no break, right? So he's going to be a lot more fragile. So Slayer has to be very aware of his positioning inside of these. Because if he just dies, there's no break, and then Spectre does not look as countered as he actually is in this draft.
Bit of a move there onto Slayer. Quick CP out will save him. Does stay to the lane though. And he's got the salve, so we'll be healing up. And overall, in terms of pressure on the cause, it is just Skeeter that's a little bit behind, but only very, very, very hardly. I mean, you look at everybody else, it's an incredibly close opening to this game. Nobody else is really feeling any heat at all in these lanes. All cores are getting the ability to farm.
Oh, they're going for Skeeter bottom. The cookie onto the creep, though. It was not facing him. And Borninga, he's here for the counter gank.
I see what sort of setup he can get. He's going to run down Slayer with the focus fire. Goes for the easy one. Looks for the support. Finds him. Very, very easily, of course, with that double damage. And with that as well, just a few hundred away off the Javelin on the Wind Ranger. Milan also around in the mid lane to pick up some of the XP whilst Bornir is elsewhere.
I'd say a slight win in the laning phase here for Mudgolems.
Yeah.
I think that the Void Spirit just getting so much up top is pretty huge for me, right? Like, he's up to 38 last, it's almost level 6. He has a piece of his Ags component already. That's huge. This Ags can really break a lot of that, too, because let's say the Viper doesn't die in the fights. Now, if they do get an early Aghanims, 33 can just mess with the entire fights. He just jumps in and just chain silences, and then they actually can get all their abilities off.
Yeah, absolutely. And against the lineup that doesn't have any sort of self-dispel, no sort of saves, this silence is going to be incredibly disruptive.
Especially versus a hero like...
team fights.
Yeah, especially versus a hero like Jug. Like, this hero needs to get a Manta style now pretty early on, because like, this Aghanims is going to come at a very early time now for 33.
For sure, when he's doing this brown boot Sags rush.
Yep.
And also just having the silence to protect some of their team fight elements. Right? If he's able to get in, get the silence on Bignum, when Bignum does start to have points, the little shredder, suddenly that Supernova's not going to be guaranteed to go down every fight.
Borninga this time, though, might get ran down, does not have the win run, magical.
Got in a couple of seconds, but you're right with that avalanche. Yeah, they've got him. Able to get in with that final throw of the tree. Can't win run against that.
Roar down bottom.
They're diving in on Skeeter, and with that cookie forward, he's getting low. They'll turn with the little shredder. Skeeter will fall. They're able to dive and get the kill on him, and also finding Father. Kuman, he's joined the pressure down bottom. They clean up the 2 kills, and with 3 heroes off the map, they're going to get some good space to push onto this onto this bottom tier 1 tower.
Very nice.
This is exactly what you wanted to see from this lineup of Cyber Legacy. They've got to be making these moves, and that couldn't have gone any better. Tower down, 8 minutes in.
I love that they do it around the book 1 timing. It's not usually a timing that you might be like, oh, you know, the book 1, it's going to come and they're going to... No, it actually ends up working really well versus that Spectre. And even versus the Phoenix, who ends up killing off one of the books and dies. Yeah, and now they have these deep aggressive wards with that tower take. And also, Kuman will be playing around the bottom side toward mid. And I think they just filter toward mid. You have 40 seconds till Roar. I think Blizzy just clears some neutral camps and just get ready to make your rotation over toward that mid tower. Maybe wait for your book 2 if you want to, for that one to be delivered. But yeah, I think they can continue applying this pressure here for sure. Mudgolems, though, I do think that this time around, they're going to react.
Yes, for sure. I mean, in terms of TP status, they've all got TPs ready to go, ready to get over. If anything does happen too close to the tower. It's top lane, Milan. Smoked. Slayer hiding underneath the tier 1, a little bit too risky for them to dive upon. They are aware that each other is within this jungle down bottom.
They want him.
I mean, they're going to continue to hunt for Slayer. They're just going to use the Horn as well. Not leave Slayer any sort of chance to hide away in the trees. Able to get Skeeter involved in some action. Now they themselves could try to start pushing onto this tier 1. Of course, they don't have anywhere near the same amount of tower pressure that Cyber Legacy do this early on, though.
Yeah.
So tower pushing comes at a lot slower pace for Mudgolems at this stage.
Big fan of that haunt, though. Like, just using it now at this point early on to get him involved and just you scout things out, right? You get to see, okay, they're leaving our jungle. You get to see where everybody is when they're setting up there. Magical, looking for Borning here, but he's got the raindrop.
Yep, not enough burst to kill him straight off. Now Boronier is going to try and turn a little bit with the focus fire. Magical has the haste ring.
He scouted
going to
the
run
stacks.
back in onto Boronier. The win range has got to be a little bit careful. He's starting to bottle up.
Magical scouted all of these stacks. So
yeah,
he
if they're
wants
able to make
contest.
a big movement over it, they can definitely have a good shot of contesting this Cyber Legacy. They're going to first look for the pressure onto the tower mid. They know that there's no Haunt still for 2 minutes, so a good timing for them to try and push up top. Combo comes in onto 33, isn't enough to kill him off, he's fine. And Mortimer's Kiss is actually being laid down as he's looking for Boronier. One more hit will get it, it's not quite there. Boronier is able to dodge it, will live. The Cyber Legacy, 11 minutes in, another objective off their tick list. They've found a second tier 1 tower. And as you said, that the info there as well, there is a bit of an ancient stack going on. So just continuing to play at a pace that the Mudgolems are certainly feeling at this stage.
Yeah, I actually don't want to see Blizzy running down bottom right now. I guess he has the TP. Maybe he's going to TP up toward top. I thought that he would just go for top tower too, because they didn't have to use Roar to take the mid tower. So I thought that they were just going to keep the ball rolling, but also maybe wanted to slow it down a little.
I mean, we definitely sort of can feel how Cyber Legacy want to approach this game. I mean, how do you sort of feel about what Kuman's got queued up? He's gone for the Asher, of course, but is going to go back for the Battle Fury. How does that sort of work out for this team if they do want to try and end it quickly? Like what is it the Battle Fury is going to offer him that isn't going to sort of show that maybe they actually are happy taking it late and playing the farm game?
I think the one thing he is thinking is like it is a 4 protect 1 still. Like if things, this is like your just in case, you know, just in case things goes wrong, just in case you get to a point where sure you are pushing every lane and you are getting involved as Kuman, you actually have a little bit of a window for yourself to make it to the late game.
No, we'll see what sort of timing he's able to hit on that. I mean, if they're able to keep up the rate that they're taking down these tier 1 towers, he's going to have the money at pretty good time. Down bottom, again, just trying to get inside Mudgolem's jungle, take away this area from them as much as they can. Blizzy, very, very close, just 50 gold away from having the level 3 Necro book.
Yeah, it's super early. It's going to give all the space in the world for Kuman to just keep farming. As they always have Hawks down, they always have wards down too with this early tower pressure that they've done. Aghanims is, I believe, finished on 33. Looks like it is coming out on the career, so maybe this is when they do want to look to try to fight something. But like we said, Mudgolems, this isn't a game where they're rushing. They're just sitting back. They just want to farm.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much the best thing for them to do, no doubt about it, because if they do start actively hunting for action against Cyber Legacy will happily fight them because of the strengths that Cyber Legacy have. So we've seen this very early level 3 Necro book on Blizzy. Magical has got his blink done. He's also got a DD rune in the ball. So whoever they find here is almost certainly going to get popped. Fada hiding in the trees. The Hawk is out. They know that he's there. Magical in with the combo. And Fada does still manage to dive away there. Kuman not able to actually get a hit in.
Magical didn't throw his tree right away.
They'll still get him.
Okay, they still get
They
him.
do manage to still find him. Borony is going to try and turn the focus fire onto Kuman. Healing wards out. In fact, Kuman, he's scared. He's trying to TP out. He's going to get taunted. Does still have the Omni Slash though, so if he can get the ult off, he's still going to be good to go. But there's the silence.
The second one.
Pulses. 33 is able to come in, control the jug, stop Kuman from being able to get that Omni Slash off.
Huh. Quite a big mistake there. I mean, he mistimed his spin TP and just dies because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a panic Blade Fury, right? You're getting focus fired by a Wind Ranger. Blade Fury's not really going to do anything. In fact, it's just going to hinder you. It stops you from being able to get the Omni Slash.
They're chasing out. They have everybody alive.
Mosquito, cookied forward there by the stolen cookies on top of Blizzy. Blizzy's used the Roar to try and save himself, but it's not going to keep him alive. They surround him. Blizzy will
And 33
fall.
gets Bignum.
Cyber Legacy, they cannot afford these mess-ups. They need to keep things going well early on. These sort of moves where Spectre's involved as well, you know, Skeeter's hanging around, just soaking up that XP and gold, while Cyber Legacy's play just falls flat on its face.
That
That's
looks like
the
it
risk.
was a situation where they might just be able to, if they just played and pushed the tower normally, if they just were able to just do it as a normal setup with the Book 3 with the Healing Ward, maybe they were able to just get the Tier 2 there, or at least get a majority of damage on it. They got like 0 damage on it because of the way they actually approach that. That's super costly for them.
Yeah, no, it hurts. Yeah, that's for sure. I think they just... I think Kuma was just caught straight by surprise. I mean, that was a situation as well where Boromir was on his own, and Kuma did have Omni Slash. You know, that's the sort of case. If he were able to just run, close the gap, and use the Omni, it would have done a lot more than that Blade Fury attempt that Kuma went for to try and keep himself safe. Still holding the lead, Cyber Legacy.
Can't make too
2K
many of those
advantage.
slip-ups, though. That's the exact thing that we're talking about how Mudgolems is just, they're sitting back waiting for those mistakes. Because a couple of those, and they know that this game's in the bag. The Spectre will eventually become the hardest carry.
That's Mudgolems. I mean, again, we're seeing these situations where they do get over onto Cyber Legacy's half of the map, but as you said, they're just much happier playing responsive rather than actually trying to push for objectives like the Tier 1 tower top there. As long as they can sort of keep their Tier 2s up and hold their half of the map, they're going to be in a good position, Mudgolems, despite coming out of the laning stage a few thousand gold behind Cyber Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, they're just home back. 2K behind is, I think that's perfectly fine. Only 2 towers dead too, with a Spectre draft versus a Beastmaster Jug. Like, I think that Cyber Legacy needs to start kicking that pace up, and they are. They are still all sitting around bottom. They're not backing up and farming. They're at least still trying to apply that pressure, which I do like.
Looking towards this Tier 2 tower that
They have good vision.
it will almost certainly be attempted to be defended by Mudgolems. As Fada, he's got Supernova. Haunts back up in 10 seconds. So Mudgolems see a chance to get in on them, but Magical, he's going to be quick to jump.
They got Fada.
Excellent burst. No Phoenix, no Supernova. You can be pretty sure that they're not going to try and hold the Tier 2. Slayer's going pretty deep here, running them down right back up to the high ground, but it will work. Gives space for Cyber Legacy to push onto this Tier 2 tower. And that's probably the perfect jump at this point of the game, right, from Magical. If he could just take the Phoenix out, it's very likely that Mudgolems aren't going to try and team fight Cyber Legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's literally the best target thing. If the only hope there is that he doesn't have buyback, because I think if Fada has buyback, they might actually just be able to fight under that anyway. But with the Veil and everything, they burst him too fast, no buyback. A good pressure play
Off on
by
the kill
Side.
mid as well. Magical. Ooh, okay. Not able to get the jump in time there. Gets caught by the Fey Bolt. Actually does still get it after the blink comes back available again. And looks like they will still find the land. So good persistence. They're going to try and strike back. Shackle's shot from Boromir, but the Remnant's off the mark. And between the two of them, nowhere near enough damage to fight into Magical and Slayer.
He's roared. Looking pretty dead
damage.
here.
There is. Lizzie. A very nice catch to be found. As we can see with the wards as well from Cyber Legacy, they have managed to fully take over the whole jungle, really, of Mudgolems, allowing Blizzy to be able to move in and get these sort of kills. And his farm, it continues to look great. The Vlad's is going to be online pretty soon after the Necro 3, so again, just building up to this point where they can run down lanes with the Jug. And as we see there in the gold as well, those last few kills have put Cyber Legacy back on the track that they need to be able to close this game up.
Yeah. And Kuman's off to a pretty decent timing for that Battle Fury after the Yasha. He's got one more component till it's done.
Yep.
So he's keeping that farm consistent. And they're still applying pressure with the three, like all three lanes are being pressured. Viper showing in one, Beastmaster showing bottom, and then mid also being pressured out. So yeah, all boxes being ticked here for Cyber Legacy.
Yeah, if they can get the Battle Fury and then sort of whichever item Kuman wants to farm up quickly with that, I feel like that's going to be the time where they're going to be incredibly strong, because Spectre's probably still not got her first big item done after the Manta at that stage. And, you know, if you're running down lanes with Cleave and a damage item on this Jug, the Omni Slashes are going to destroy some of this squishier heroes and Mudgolems.
Absolutely. Cyber Legacy all setting up down bottom here. They have vision, so they saw Fada and Milan.
Radiant's top tower is under
And they still don't get... That's a full duration ward that lasted there from Cyber Legacy. That's huge. 33 gets spotted. Skeeter gets tossed on.
He's in. They're straining onto Skeeter. Skeeter needs help, and he needs it now. He's getting comboed up, getting low. Will manage to get out of the poison. Could keep onto the Necro, but not actually going the correct way towards Skeeter. So Skeeter's able to live. 33 having to jump away as he's been hit by the Viper Strike from Slayer.
Stolen healing ward. It's actually going to reset the whole fight here.
Oh, but there's the jump. Magical. He's in with the Avalanche, catching the two of them. Oh, you go for the... What was that? The sort of the taunt TP? It just... jumps in, kills off Fada, and says, see ya. Just kidding. Cancels his TP. He's sticking around. Healing wards out. 33 trying to finish off Slayer. The Cookie does get the stand on the two of them. They've got the Omni Slash. It's coming in big. Skeeter getting low, but so's Magical. So's Blizzy. Skeeter, he's lived throughout the burst of damage. The dagger off the mark doesn't hit onto Blizzy. Skeeter goes down. Blizzy starting to run. Borony is trying to chase. The Haunt's going to be there. The double buybacks coming out from Mudgolems will allow them to clean up. There's 4 dead on Cyber Legacy. Mudgolems able to fight back, but does cost them the 2 buybacks, and of course the most important one costing Skeeter his buyback. So will slow down his gold, but the XP worth is, I mean, what would you say it's worth that in that situation? You're happy buying back for the levels you're getting from the cleanup?
Yeah, I think those buybacks are definitely worth it. The only reason it ends up being okay for Cyber Legacy is because Kuman gets out and...
Oh, look at this! Beautiful!
Spin.
Beyblades! Here we go! Kuman! Looks like he's going to have to pull harder on this next Beyblade. Didn't quite have enough damage. Do you ever have Beyblades?
Dude, they were like right after my age.
Oh,
they came out like
you
right
missed
after.
out.
I did the Pogs.
Best fad. Yeah.
We did Pogs, and then Beyblades came out like right afterwards, and everyone was in on the Beyblades.
Were they the ones you get in the crisp packets or chip packets, as you Americans would say?
I don't know. I don't remember really. I think we did.
Anyway, here we go. Roshan. Blizzy. That Inner Beast aura.
Egg is available, but no haunt. They scouted out with that powered shot, but it's dying fast.
I mean, they've got good methods of stealing. They can Wind Run in, they can Astral Step in. They've got the dagger.
33 is going to go for it, for sure.
He's going to time this. He's going to jump, but there's the Avalanche. The rule's out as well. Kuman's able to get the kill and the Aegis. Cyber Legacy get both of them from Roshan. Borony up. There's a focus fire onto nothing, really. Is he going to turn with the Chakra Shot, but he's got to run. No damage has been done here to the members of Cyber Legacy. They're able to step out of the pit, full HP, and despite the commitment there from Mudgolems, they're not able to stop Cyber Legacy getting what they went for.
They're doing a really good job with their draft. Exactly everything they need to do. Just keep this lead consistent. I'd like them to be a little bit more ahead, but everything is still just fine here. All these items building up here. Slayer, he's got Valen and Atos, so he's always going to have that that lockdown to address Skeeter, even though Skeeter does have the Manta now. This Viper is always going to be a big nuisance, and Kuman is extremely farmed. He's actually not going to be going for Manta, he's going for SNY. He's just going full greed.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, well, there is the silence.
The silences are annoying.
Pulse, but that's probably kind of it, right? That you look to Manta off. There's not really anything else that the Manta's super important against.
It's a low duration. It's a low duration silence too, right? It's 2 seconds, I believe. So the status resist and everything.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's all good. Up to that 5k gold lead. Kuman maybe looking for Milan here. Can't quite get the kill. Yeah, looking really good for them right now.
Yeah, that's working out. And as you said, with the farm that this Viper's got, you know, I think Slayer's going to be pretty happy with what he's been able to achieve so far this game in sort of farm.
Yeah, and I've actually liked this matchup a bit, like the Jug versus the Spectre. Like in the past, I didn't really, but then when I saw, you know, we got to see that game from WePlay where Nico Baby versus, I think it was Arteezy, where he was playing the Jug versus Spectre, and the Jug just ends up dominating the Spectre in the later stages. This matchup is actually interesting because of how Omni and your Swift Slash works. You don't have to worry about like dispersion at all. It's a very different kind of matchup.
If it gets to the point where Kuman gets Ags, yeah, it's such an excellent Aghanims. I mean, it's essentially, it lasts less than an Omni Slash, but at the end of the day, you've got to imagine, your normal Omni Slash in these games when it gets late never really lasts the full duration. Something's going to break it. So it's effectively, it is your ultimate. It doesn't matter that it doesn't have the potential to go longer, because normally just that quick burst is more than enough to just do insane amounts of damage.
Yeah. Look how farmed he is. Yeah, this Battle Fury, 100%.
Yeah.
The build's working for him this game.
It is, yeah. Yeah, he's hit some really good timings. And you're just going to go straight for the Ags after it. After this S&Y Battle Fury.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I saw he was debating about the Basher. I'm glad that he's actually just committed straight for the Aghanims, because I think this is their timing. I think that they can actually just look to really solidify their win in this game right now in the next few moments.
This is where you start taking some of the base.
Yep.
We'll see. So, I mean, in terms of the farmer Skeeter, he's got the Blade Mail, Manta, and the first ulti orb, the Skadi, but of course, not the full Skadi. That's still a while away. So definitely still at a point in this game where the timings for Cyber Legacy have been hit a little better than that of the Spectre lineup. Mudgolems need to hold this game off for a little longer if they want Skeeter to really have power as a carry. Cyber Legacy, again, just
staying aggressive.
Getting control here, deep on Mudgolem's half of the map, making it very hard for Mudgolem to have places to safely farm. Quick juke of the shackle shot there from Magical. His farm very close to completing another item. BKB just half a recipe away.
Game just feels hard for the Wind Ranger to really look good at all. This is one of those games where it's like this death ball's coming down and Borneo is just he's just a power shot in most situations. Even though he's 4-1 and 2, it's like he's having a good game, but the way that the lineup works, just Cyber Legacy's group up, makes Wind Ranger just not look like she's contributing too much right now. It really just feels like you're going to be like this kind of control here for Skitter, and just hope that Skitter just gets all the farm on the map.
They need that Skadi done before the next fight.
Yeah.
Really, otherwise it's just going to feel a little underwhelming from the Spectre.
It's so scary for them because like they lost a lot of map control in these last few moments too, and they just have like no vision because this book 3 just goes out taking all their wards. There's just the one ward they have on that bottom side. So they just got to play much more careful than they'd like to.
We have Magical and Big Num. So we can get the catch on the Barnea straight away with the combo, but the kiss is a little slow there from Big Num. Doesn't mean the Barnea is able to run away. Not quite able to get connection with any of those hits.
Oh, Skeeter. They spot him.
He's
Slayer's around here too.
He's got to run. They've got the Atos.
Manta's on CD.
Avalanche down as well, but they're a little scared. They know that the rest of the team is going to be immediately running towards him, so they don't want to actually push it a little more. I guess they didn't quite have Blizzy close enough, and I mean Skeeter still even without the completed Skadi, he's pretty tanky, of course, level 18.
He didn't have. I think they might have. He did not have Manta. They saw the Manta wave. The Manta's used top. Like if he just gets the break on him, a toss back into an ult and a break. I think. I mean, either way, they were a little bit afraid because they do have all that vision, but
yeah,
that was very scary.
Maybe as well. I mean, his buyback's not ready. It's back in 40 seconds. But if they weren't keeping track of the timing perfectly, they could be a little aware of going all in on the Spectre. Boom, buyback, haunt, and then I guess there is the reason to be a little scared of that sort of play coming in and cleaning you up.
Yeah, I mean they maybe just don't want to risk, right? Like they're very comfortable anyway. So
yeah, I mean big item's done again. Well, Ags finished on Kuman.
Yep. BKB, I think, done on Magical
strong.
pretty much. They almost have their Ags on Bignum also on the Snapfire. So all of them feeling real solid. 7k gold lead. How's that XP? XP is pretty much even in this game. It's like 2k advantage for Cyber Legacy. So that's still on the side for Mudgolems.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? You're playing a lineup with Spectre, you're more likely to be playing in sort of formations where you are split up, because Spectre's always able to join you, whereas Cyber Legacy have been making moves as 5, sticking together.
Thought that looked like he maybe wanted to kick off a fight around that area there, because they saw the Beastmaster top for a second. He had no way to actually get toward the mid, but rest of Cyber Legacy, they make it in time.
And they're charging in here. Kuman, he's looking for action. Won't quite be able to find it. Fighter's starting to step back over. He should be a little careful on the edge of the fight. Blizzy or Magical's able to get a jump. We'll find him. Touchy there up on the high ground.
Skeeter has the Scotty done once he goes and purchases it.
Oh, and then what are you sort of getting after Scotty? Do you think you have to go Abyssal for the lockdown on the jug?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a good question.
Because he's got to do a lot this Spectre. Like, as we talked about, if it does go late, it's going to be on Skeeter's shoulders to carry. But he's got to do a lot. You know, he has to be able to kill this jug, this tiny. You know, pretty beefy heroes, and elusive as well between the Blade Furies and the Swift Slashes.
I feel like Abyssal does sound like the better option, because like Butterfly you don't want to go because you have Wind Ranger, MKB is already a natural build-up. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Ooh, he's out with the Gunner TP. They won't be able to find him. Bottom
Milan.
of the land. He's trying and he's out. Swift Slash and the Blade Fury won't quite do it.
I can't believe he survives the Swift Slash like that, right? It's an Orbit Destruction Swift Slash at this time.
Did he just... I guess he just must not have got too many crits in that.
Yeah.
Did he get any at all? I don't know. Maybe he just got the one.
Oh, you know, it's the Ring of Aquila. It's because he has the Ring of Aquila on Milan.
An extra bit of armor.
A little bit of armor.
Let's make the difference.
Magical, very deep and aggressive, looking for Bornik with this ward here. He's getting turned now.
I mean, he's coming in with a BKB, but this focus fire, it's going to kill him.
He's just dead.
And now they're going to just chase for more. Blizzy, he's been jumped upon by 33. Skeeter's on him as well. They're going to lose Blizzy also. I even had to sort of adjust my vision now. I was like, what do you mean Magical's in there? Surely not. And he was in there. What was he doing?
I actually have no idea. He was alone with full vision. He saw everything.
And he
jumped
knew
exactly wherever it is, and he went in. And it's a BKB
No, he didn't
Wind
have
Ranger.
vision. There's no way.
He did. He had full.
I mean, was he close to bursting Boromir?
No, Boromir was patient. He could have just BKB'd early. That was insane by Magical. That's like,
I mean, if they lose Roshan here,
they might just lose
Slayer.
Roshan.
He stepped too far forward. Slayer's gone. They can't afford those sort of plays. You know, when you are playing this lineup that needs to be ahead and needs to keep it going early, you make that sort of mistake. That one misplay from Magical resulting in a complete disaster for Cyber Legacy as a whole. As now Mudgolems, they've got themselves the Aegis on Spectre.
That's a game. I think that's just a game-losing mistake.
I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for Cyber Legacy. I'd say if that happens again, but maybe already just with it happening the once.
I have to I'm just because he could have just BKB TP too in the midst of it all, right? He could have just TP.
He did BKB, but he was getting focus fired. So,
but he could just TP.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, he did it too late. I think he was already too late.
Yeah, I guess it was too late. I mean, either way, it's a massive mistake by Magical when he had vision. So it was a decision he made.
And that's top. They found the silence onto Kuman. Kuman's been pulled back by the Taunt. He's dead. They're going to turn with the Viper Strike onto Boromir. Blizzy coming in with the BKB, but they're back on the flank with a Stolen Roar. It's there onto Slayer. The Supernova Stun hits onto the two, and then Blizzy's dead. Slayer as well. Over to the side. Magical also in a whole lot of trouble by the looks of it. He's going to be able to put the BKB, try and run. He's been gobbled up, but the Yules is going to leave no time for Bignum to shoot him out.
And now
so
he's
Bignum goes down. Magical, he is dead as well. And my goodness, I would not want to be on the comms of Cyber Legacy right now.
No,
as
most
this
definitely
is,
not.
You can't help but imagine it's got to be pretty heated. As this game is, they're only 1k down, but the fashion that it's turned around in has got to feel terrible for Cyber Legacy.
With the lineup that they're against too, like now Spectre is just king. Spectre's king. Your Jug doesn't have a way to remove silence, so in all those situations he's just going to die because he went for S&Y. The whole game is just completely turned. This is actually now just massively in favor for Mudgolems.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, just that, as you said, the fact that they had that pick off on Magical and then the Broche, you're already just seeing sort of the subsequent fights that are occurring are just so much easier for Mudgolems compared to what we've seen them be able to pull out before. And it really is down to just the nature of the heroes and the items that they're now getting out. Skeeter, he's less than 1,000 gold away, well, just about 1,000 gold away from having a butterfly on top of this
Jesus. Yeah, now he literally just got a full butterfly in the last like 3-4 minutes. I mean, it's so massive because it looks like a subsequent of mistakes because we were like, oh, you know, S&Y on Kuman might end up being fine, but because of all these constant mistakes that now happen, he's super behind on his item choice.
Another
And
kill
now he
onto
has no way to
Slayer.
remove silence. And now they're just getting picked off all over the map. This is...
And he's already committed for this MKB with a Demon Edge, so he's not going to be able to do anything against the silence at all. And is anyone building a Lotus or anything to protect him? No. I mean, Greaves eventually is going to be coming out from Bignum. But nothing really else to say that they I mean, as you said, they went all in with the draft in terms of trying to play the game fast, and they did to a point also kind of go all in with the items.
Yeah.
You know, the backup element of it was the Battle Fury to farm, but down bottom, opportunities there. They jump on Blizzy, quickly move over to Bignum. They're just falling apart now, Cyber Legacy.
Yeah.
That's 33. He's time with Magical. Very deep, though. I don't know if they can really commit for this. They're going to try for it. I mean, Magical's had to put the BKB. Roar's out.
Roared.
Again, another use for Stolen Roar by Milan. The Healing Ward is keeping the Tiny safe, but Magical's BKB is about to wear off. Skeeter's diving in deep because he has the Aegis. He's ready for a second round.
Kuman's
He might
dead.
not even need his second round, as he's going to be able to stay alive thanks to the heals of Fada. He'll get the grab onto Slayer. Skeeter survives. 33 diving in with the Astral Stone to close the gap onto Blizzy. Blizzy pops the BKB. There's a pause, because I think there's probably some broken keyboards, broken monitors, broken buildings on the side, the Legacy side of things, as this game is over. And wow, that is good. I mean, good luck getting ready for game 2 after that.